South African lawmakers voted in favor of closing down the Israeli embassy in Pretoria. They also finalized suspending all diplomatic relations until a ceasefire is agreed in the ongoing war between Israel and the Palestine militant group Hamas. The vote on Tuesday was adopted by a 248 to 91 margin. This was announced hours before Israel and Hamas agreed on a deal that would lead to the release of at least 50 Israeli hostages and scores of Palestinian prisoners from Israeli prisoners. Meanwhile, still with us on the broadcast is Mr. Sanjeev Srivastav. So now, of course, there is a temporary truce that has been outlined between Israel and Hamas. But now, South African lawmakers have made themselves extremely clear. They're saying that till the time there isn't a proper truce that is implemented between the two, they're not okay with it. So what do you make of this?
Well, Sabri, I think it is the South African lawmakers. It is their decision, and they have considered the entire situation in that way that they have decided to completely cut off diplomatic ties with Israel till the time ceasefire takes place, a permanent ceasefire takes place. So I think that's their decision. But having said that, let me say that South African lawmakers will have to understand Israel's imperatives. Israel came under the worst attack, the terrorist attack on October 7, and more than 1,400 people lost their lives on a single day. And it was a massive attack. It was like a 9/11 attack. It was like 26/11 terrorist attack on Israel, and Israel had to respond. And Israeli, position should also be given due consideration by the, South African lawmakers before taking such extreme steps. So I think though they have taken their decision, but obviously they are concerned about the loss of civilian lives, which other countries are also, including India, United States of America, and every country of the world, responsible nations, all of the countries. They have been constantly urging Israel to follow the international humanitarian laws, which I believe Israel tried its best to follow because Israel is a responsible nation. Israel is a nation, has a very professional army, but Israel was operating in a very, complex, tough environment. They were doing urban, urban warfare, built-up area operation, which are obviously very difficult. So I think Israel's security concerns, Israel's challenges must also be given due consideration by the South African lawmakers and the leadership. They should not take this kind of extreme steps without giving due consideration to the challenge posed by terrorists to Israel. So I hope that a balanced and a wise position South Africa will take in times ahead. But yes, they have taken this decision because they have shown a lot of concern to the civilians, and also there could be, as I have been saying on your channel and various other places, that there are certain interest groups, certain individuals in the international community. They have been giving a very distorted narrative of this entire conflict as it is being Israel and Palestine, which is really not the case. This is the war against terrorism, and Israel had to fight it. Hamas had given a very big blow to Israel on October 7. They had betrayed Israel since that, and Hamas was giving kind of an impression that they are changing their behavior, but in fact they backstabbed Israel on October 7. So Israel had to respond, and Israel responded. Israel is still responding, but I think there are certain groups and individuals. There could be some nations too. They are taking it as it is being fought between Israel and Palestine. In fact, this entire conspiracy was hatched by Hamas to disrupt the normalization process which was happening between Israel and the Arab world, and that was the biggest conspiracy. So I think all those factors should be given a due considerations by the countries, those who are taking such steps, such as South Africa. And I hope that a very balanced and a wise standing will come up from the South African leadership in times ahead.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.